how you check your auto clutch is something that we call free play gain. So your kit is going to come with one of these rubber bands. Depending on the model, it's either going to be orange like this or black. So what we do is we wrap this around your handlebar like that, and then put it around your lever. So what this is doing is basically taking all the spring pressure out to almost start compressing the spring. Then you're going to fire your bike up. Again, make sure you're in neutral. If you're in gear and you give it a rev, your bike's going to move. We don't want that. So we're going to give it a big, healthy rev up to about around third to a half throttle, and you're going to see this lever jump back towards the handlebar. So what that movement is showing is how much that expanding disc that I showed you earlier is moving against the pressure plate. The amount of movement we want is between 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch. If it's not moving enough, that means that the pressure plate is too far away and you're never going to get full clutch engagement. So it's going to be slipping a lot, you're going to get a lot of heat building up, you're going to be risking smoking your plates, which is not good. If it's moving too much, it'll jump back, up to 1 inch. It'll move a lot. And that means your pressure plate's too close. That means the clutch is going to be dragging, so you pull the lever to the bars, you're still going to be hopping forward, bike's going to be stalling, never get full disengagement. Not good. If you lose your rubber band, or it breaks, whatever, there's a way you can do it with your hand, which I'll show you here. So it's the same idea as with the rubber band. You're going to put pressure on the lever just enough to almost start compressing the springs, and then give it that same rev. Again, showing you that movement. So the hydraulic bikes, the KTMs, the Huskies, they are pretty nice because it comes with this adjustable slave cylinder down here. So this is how we're setting that installed gap that free play gain is checking. So if you have too much free play gain, that means that your pressure plate is too close. So you want to adjust this clockwise. So clockwise is screwing it in. There's a rod, or the throwout rod is up against the pressure plate. So as you screw this in, it's going to push the pressure plate farther away from the clutch pack. So if you have too much free play gain, you want to go clockwise. If you don't have enough free play gain, you want to go counterclockwise, which is going to pull everything together, get you the right gap. And all it is a 4 millimeter Allen key. So we recommend you just throw one of those in your toolkit if you don't already have one. Gives you good on-the-fly adjustment. As we all know, stuff does happen. So if you need to bump start your bike while you're in the middle of nowhere, you would back this all the way out counterclockwise, and what that's going to do is collapse the clutch pack, make it act like a manual clutch, which is where you can, you'll be able to bump start your bike like normal, and then you can screw it back in, adjust it back into an auto clutch, and at least get you back to the truck. For the cable bikes, there are a few different kinds of adjustment. RadiusCX is our lowest price point auto clutch. That's going to be adjusted through the cable. So basically what we're doing is using the cable to pull the pressure plate off the clutch pack to give us that installed gap. Core EXP has our billet center hub and pressure plate and reuses OEM friction discs. And that has a center adjuster in the middle of the pressure plate, which is what we use to get that gap. And then RadiusCX is our premier auto clutch that has a ring inside the hub that gives you a really, really great lever feel. It's the best lever feel on a cable bike with an auto clutch that we have. So some people believe that different conditions require different auto clutch settings. That's not the case at all. We compare it to setting your chain. So once your chain is set up properly, you're not going to adjust it depending on where you're riding. Just like when your free play gain is set properly, you're not going to adjust it if you're riding moto or riding the woods. One setting is right for everything.